Welcome to Mosquito Net Chats.
With Andy and Maria Cristina. What episode? Booin. Episode 4. Booin. So now it's disclaimer time. The views expressed in this episode are the views of myself, Maria Cristina. We have a special guest today, so they'll be expressing their views. These are not the views of the United States government, the Cambodian government, or the Peace Corps. For today, we are excited because soon we are going to our in-service training. So we're 6 months. We're 6 months into being here in country, and so Maria and I were talking about that. We're excited. And then we got sad and reminiscent about our pre-service training. That's where Maria and I met and first fell in love.
Do you remember the first time we met, actually?
No. Did we meet in D.C.?
I remember you in D.C. because you introduced yourself, and I remember you laughing, and I was like
we went around the room and like 4 people said their name was Lily, and so by the time it got to me, I said, and my name is also Lily, and people thought that was so funny, and I was like, oh no, it's a lot of pressure now because people think that I'm funny, so now I like have to be funny. You know what I mean?
To be funny.
Yeah, like tell a joke, clown.
Yeah, that's like the first memory I have of you. I was like, who is this old man that's in our cohort?
Ooh. Okay, so now we have a special guest on the line. Do you hear the phone ringing, Maria? Is your phone ringing?
Did I hear it?
Oh, ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Ring, ring. Who's there?
Hello?
Nobody knows.
Who is you?
Yes, okay. I is Emily Goplin. I am in Vietnam. Also known as Spirian, very, south of Cambodia, little corner. It's cute. I work at a teacher trainer center where I am training students who have graduated high school who want to become primary teachers. So I teach English methodology and language upgrade.
I think we should talk about like the first part of what our experience, which was
staging.
Yes. Staging. And
that
so we staged.
Time.
Yeah, so we all showed up in Washington, D.C., and we all met each other for the first time.
Yeah.
I feel like it's weird to say that it's so long ago. It's like half a year ago.
It was like 6 months ago. Like we were like totally different people then. Like we were like we were just different people. We showed up in D.C.
Didn't know what to expect, like nothing at all.
Yes. And we spent 2 days in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
We learned we learned just kind of about policies, like
we got that little like book with all the goals and
we made our identity maps.
Right.
Still super applicable.
We did those like catchphrases for all the little goals.
The goals,
Peace 427, the only one I remember.
Were you?
Well, I remember check yourself before you wreck yourself.
We were split into 2 groups,
though.
It was the first time that they split us arbitrarily, and we started making arbitrary government-sponsored friends based off the arbitrary, like, right from the get-go. Right. And we took a 27-hour flight. Is that right? 27-hour flight from D.C. to Cambodia. It was a little over a day.
It was 15 hours to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Hong Kong to here was like
4 hours.
3 or 4.
And we had like a 4 or 5 hour layaway.
There was layover. It was just,
and then we skipped an entire day.
We time traveled.
Yeah, we skipped Sunday. Like there was no Sunday that existed. So we took a really long flight. A really long flight, and then we got off the airplane, and that was the first time that we got greeted by Peace Corps Cambodia. And I don't know about you guys, but everybody was like so nice. And then we started arbitrarily breaking ourselves into groups based off of
Buses.
buses. Yeah, they gave us our little tags that were different colors.
Even to go to the airport in DC, we got bus 1 and bus 2.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And bus 1 got there
Right.
before, bus 2
Mhm.
got there later.
I was on bus 1.
I was on bus 1 too.
Oh, bus 1.
Oh
We
my
were all
goodness.
on bus 1.
It was meant to be.
Right.
It
Meant
was
to
meant
be.
to be. Okay,
Country director was at the airport. He greeted us with
Okay.
some other staff and our PCBLs, and they were also really
Mhm.
nice and really exciting. And I remember I asked Will, I said, I was just like sweating and like dying, and I was like, oh my god. I said, when do you get used to the heat? And Will looks at me dead ass in the face and said, it's not hot. And I remember
And it probably
that, like,
wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was like
it was
probably
like
wasn't.
83 degrees. I looked it up. It was like 83 degrees. It was nice and breezy. We were in the shade. Like, it was not hot.
But I was
first
sweating.
week was the hottest I ever was
Yes.
in my entire life. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, 90 degrees now is nothing. Like,
Nothing.
you just get
Yeah.
used to it so fast.
He took us to this beautiful villa.
Right?
Right.
And I was like, this is my site, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like, this is it. I thought we
had
were going to be
air
staying there for
conditioning.
like at least 2 weeks or something. I didn't know it was going to
No,
be
it was
like
3
We were there
days.
how long? 3 days?
3
Yeah.
days. Yeah.
Yeah, 3
And we
nights,
had-
4 days. Mm-mm.
But it's so funny because I look back and like we had no idea like how to eat that first meal. Do you remember the first meal? Like, we had lunch, and it was like a whole fish, rice,
Curry, rice.
a curry or
Mhm.
soup. Yeah, some law, I
Curry
think.
and
Yeah,
some
and we were all
law,
just like,
right.
How do we do this? And nobody knew, and we just kind of did our best.
I
Yeah.
didn't even eat because it like in my mind it was like 4 a.m. and we were fully up and I was like, what?
That's true. We were really thrown off. I slept so well on the plane though.
I didn't
I
sleep
think you guys remember. I took a sleeping pill and I was out
That's what I
almost
should've done.
immediately. And I slept for like probably 12 straight hours. It was perfect. And I know
That was
that when
the
I
way
woke
to
up,
go.
everybody was like, dude, you were snoring so loud.
That might have been what kept me up on the plane.
I also, we ate amazing food, 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Snacks.
We had amazing snack.
Oh,
That's when we
so
learned how
much
important
fruit.
snack. Yes.
So
Snack
much fruit.
culture was, and we ate dragon fruit all the time. We ate
Bananas.
everything.
The little tiny bananas.
When we learned how the bananas were so much smaller here, but they are so much better.
Yeah.
They taste so good. And they broke us into our next arbitrary friend group, into our first language.
The tags.
Yes, our language groups. No,
Oh,
it
the
was
language
Oh,
group.
Yeah.
the language groups. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then
Classic.
so
But we
yeah,
also
you'll
had
never
the tags and we had like
There were
Mhm.
4
different
colors.
There was
Yeah, there were
different
4 colors because it was the A1, A2, B1, B2s were all different colors.
Yeah.
But we didn't know
We didn't
that
really
we were
know
gonna
what that
be
meant.
site A and site B.
Yeah, that we would never
Right.
see the people with certain colors ever
Yeah,
again.
ever again.
Right. Yeah.
Only on hub days, and not really because hub days are another thing.
And now they're the people closest to me. They're my best friends.
I don't have anybody that's side A close to me.
Sorry. Yes, yeah. This is the part of the episode where we cry.
Oh, good. I'm glad we scheduled that.
No, we had language. We had our first language, and I remember, I don't know what your guys' first language experience was like, but we sit down with these people that I didn't know, right? I really didn't know the people from my language group at all at that point. And then our LCF, and he just started speaking Khmer, and he didn't speak any English with us, and he is so nice, and he was like, but I remember just like not being able to speak, understanding anything. But that's how we like learned. That was like a big part of how we learned Khmer, was all of
Just
the procedural,
the exposure.
Yeah, like it was like when they tell you like open your book, close your book, that was all in Khmer, and then
Or break time or whatever.
yes, it's time for break. Yeah.
Woo.
Wild.
Crazy.
And then I had to get my first round of vaccines when we learned how to introduce ourselves. Like, my name is, I'm a volunteer.
Oh, no.
So I felt like I was like 3 days behind always at that point, because it took me 3 days to learn how to say Kinyom.
Yeah. I struggled with Kinyom.
Like language and like
Medical.
some like safety and security and medical
Safety and
during those
security,
first 3 days.
medical.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was just like boom, 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 boom.
Boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. For 3 days,
And then-
it was like nonstop.
Yeah.
And then it was
And they
Thursday.
like taught us how to like use the squatty potty.
Life skills.
Yeah,
and
we
Yeah.
had
how
the
to
life skill
shower
session.
Yeah.
and how to
How to
wash
eat.
your clothes. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember we went out to eat. We went out to eat with our LCFs.
That was like the first time we left the villa.
Hmm. Yeah, and that was
Yeah.
scary because I was like, oh my God, like, I can't do this alone.
Right.
And it, like, I mean, now I can, but we've lived here for 6 months and I just feel comfortable doing that now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we just hung out and then they told us, okay, tomorrow
You're meeting your host family.
you're meeting your host family and you're
Yeah.
living with your host family and
We're
I
moving.
remember, yeah, we're moving and that's it. And we had to pack up all our stuff.
Yeah.
And we
Like give
had-
it to a bus driver.
And they gave us a folder and we open up a folder and it's literally just like names and a picture and you don't know anything. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And then
Names
we
and
went,
ages.
yeah. Like we went to the Wat and we had an awesome like blessing from the monks.
The monks, yeah.
Yeah. And then we
We
met
went to
our
Prague.
families. Yeah. And then we met our families and it was like the Price is Right, like come on down. Like they would call
Yeah.
a name.
Yeah.
They would
And
call
we
a
would
combined
wait.
name, and then they would call a volunteer, and you don't like everybody. It was like exciting for like our Cambodian
Both.
families. It was exciting for us. I think you
Yeah.
could see that everybody was nervous. Like
Yeah.
the families were
Yeah.
nervous, the
We
volunteers
were
nervous,
nervous.
Right.
and I
And then
was.
there was like that awkward clap once.
And then you like clap.
They took
Yeah,
you.
I remember.
They like grab you by the
Yeah.
hand and just thank you.
Right. The classic like my mom is
Yeah.
the helpless
Yeah.
American. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So we were all at the same site. So we all like met our families together. Site B.
Yeah.
Yes, and then
Site B.
represent. And then we had to go live with our families, and we basically
Well,
could. Oh,
we had to get back in the bus again and leave them.
Oh yeah.
So they
Oh,
could
right, yeah.
drop us off at our houses.
With
which
all
was
of our stuff.
Andy, I was in the same bus as you, and I
Yes.
just remember
Same bus group.
our bus was dressed.
It was.
Like-
It was stressful. It was scary.
It was so
It was
stressful.
really scary.
Yeah, and then like
Mhm.
looking back, it's like so funny because like why was I so stressed? Because my family was so
Right.
nice. Like, and they didn't
Right.
care that I could only say like 5 words that I could.
Yeah. They would just like give me fruit, and it was like, okay, everything's okay.
Mhm. Yeah, we figured out some
Yeah.
ways to fill the silence, and then I went to sleep really
Yeah.
early that first night. I think I went to sleep at like
Like
5:30.
at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going to my room and like unpacking, and I was so sweaty. My host mom ran in with a
Yeah.
fan. She like set it up for
Mhm.
me because I was
That's-
sweating so much.
That's what my yay helped me set up my fan, helped me set up my mosquito net.
Yeah.
She taught me
a
she taught me the
whole
best
family.
trick ever, which is put your fan up underneath your mosquito net so that it blows in. It's like
That's what I do.
Life-changing.
Yeah.
life. It's like it's cold in here. Yes.
I remember I
Yeah,
like.
got mine set up right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Ooh.
I think my funniest story is that I didn't know like the light switch was on the outsght of my room, and so I didn't know how to turn it off the first night,
Yeah.
and so I slept with the light on
Same.
the whole-
Same.
the whole night.
I didn't know the light switch in my room was for the whole house because the room didn't have a roof, so the light is like over the whole house kind of.
Mhm.
And I didn't know if I had the power to turn it on and off. Like I didn't know like what was going on, and I went to sleep super early.
Right.
And I remember waking up like at 3 a.m. like, why is the light on still? The next day, my host
And my
family
fam-
gives me a little like night light, and I think that was them like saving face by saying like, oh, if you're scared of the dark, use this. Don't leave the light on all night.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was my like first night.
That's what my family the next day showed me how to use the light switch. They also showed me how to use the light switch in the bathroom, and they showed me how to use the shower head that they had. They kind of were like, okay, we need to show him everything because he literally was
doesn't
like
know.
a baby.
Yeah.
He doesn't know
Yeah.
anything.
And like it was like a whole family affair, like setting up my mosquito net, and I was neighbors with Jordan and another volunteer, and we were with the same family, and their whole family came over to watch me put up my mosquito nets and like try and fit the sheets on this little mattress pad, and the cat's like springing on.
And then it's like it like doesn't hold the sheet, so it's just like
right.
It's
tragic.
too flimsy to like hold it, so it like curls up. Yeah.
And maybe I misunderstood, but one of the LCS, I swear, said on your first night with your host family, it's rude to not eat every single thing that they give you. And so if they keep giving you rice, you have to keep eating it. And so I just kept eating it. And I'm pretty sure that at one point my host sister went and cooked more rice for me because I ate like 8 plates of rice, to the point where they called the neighbors for the neighbors to come over. And Emily's family, Emily lived close to me, Emily's family came and watched me eat rice, and they were just like, oh my god, he's so large, he just keeps eating all this rice. And I ate so much that I was like sad, like it made me like sad, and eventually I was just like, I can't eat anymore, and they were like, okay, stop. Because guess what, for any
you're
future
not supposed
volunteers,
to do that.
that's not a thing. Like you can say like I'm full, like it's a thing, like you don't have to keep eating rice until you're sick. It's like our first week of training, and we were planning on talking about all of PST during this video, and it's just impossible because
there's no way.
Like
so
we could talk about each
PST.
day. Each day could be a 45-minute episode because it was just
like,
so much packed every single day.
Day section.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about all that.
There's a lot.
We didn't even talk about the Cafe Concert.
Nothing.
Which was like our home away from home.
Yeah, that was like our first couple days. So staging, and then going to Alice Villa, and then meeting our host families.
And our first day with our host families.
Yeah, our first night, because then like the next day of like actual like training started, and it was like boom, boom, boom.
That was when everything changed.
That's a whole other thing.
That was like when that was like Maria put to be continued at the bottom, because that's when everything. That's when everything changed. Dun, dun, dun.
Damn, Andy, you hit that C sharp.
Oh, yes. Because I've been practicing my... But thanks to everybody for tuning in and listening to our ramblings. Don't forget to like and
subscribe.
Maybe put a comment in the comment section. Yes, Emily, of course, it won't be the same without Emily. She's usually our only comment in the comment section.
Follow my lead, everyone.
Yeah, we'll see each other next week.
Oh my god, it's insane. Bye.
It's been like so many months.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you guys soon.
So good. Yes.
Goodbye.
Oh,
Goodbye.
I'm holding my phone.